What would a animal communication session with my transitioned pet look like? Cool question. And I love it when people start to think in those terms because it means that you are ready and willing and open to explore your connection with your pet in spirit. That no, they're not in the physical form anymore, but I understand that they are in spirit and I can access them still. They can access me still. And one of the conduits that we have available to ourselves are animal communicators. And I feel blessed to be able to offer that service to people. It has been a journey learning how animal communication works and all of its ins and outs. And I know that there's just so much more to continue to learn all throughout life in this area. And so in this video, I want to share with you what a full typical session with me would look like and speaking with your transitioned pet. Okay. So I do speak with any type of animal. There are no limitations there. And on that same topic, it can be a living animal or a transitioned animal. And just for this video's purpose, we are talking just transitioned pets because the sessions they look a little bit different than for our living pets. So these sessions, typically, I find that a half hour is long enough for a pet parent to really be able to connect with their pet and share messages, ask questions, and vice versa. Pet is able to ask any questions and share additional messaging as well. So, of course, I take any question. So, oftentimes, if people are having the vet wasn't able to figure out what caused death. We're able to just ask the pet, and they oftentimes will go into a specific spot in their body, show me that, and show me kind of what happened to it. So we're good. We're able to get a general sense of what happened in your body, what caused this physical death. Okay, and so that's a really important piece of information to be able to get from your pet and understand, have a little bit of closure on that question, what happened. Okay. We're also able to ask them the harder questions too. A lot of people hold guilt around the passing of their pet, whether that's because of any pain that they may have felt or being ill and not knowing that they were ill. And so we're able to really tackle those emotions and those harder questions and just directly ask the pet, you know, your parent is feeling this way. Can you provide them with some direction? Can you provide them with how you felt during those times? Do you feel anger towards your parent? Um, how can they express their guilt out and heal from that guilt? Okay. And that goes into any of the other emotions as well. Um, Questions of life purpose, how did you experience love with me? What was your life purpose with me? What lessons do you feel like you learned? And what lessons do you hope that I have learned or will learn from you? Those types of questions, such good insight from your pets. And I love it, love it, love it, love it when people ask those questions too, because they are very deep and it shows shows such appreciation for your pet's perspective and for their well-being. You're wanting to know, did you get to fulfill your life purpose? Did you get to develop? And that goes on into the afterlife too. We get to ask them questions about what did you experience during transition, at the moment of transition, and all the way through that transition process. And now in the afterlife, what's around you? What are you experiencing? How do you feel? Are you experiencing any pain? Are you at peace? Like, who else is around you? Whether there's spirits are you in connection with? And from there, we're also able to not every session, but sometimes see the pet will show the actual person or animal that they are in connection with, and the client, the person having the session, is able to recognize that person and say, oh, that description matches so and so now we understand that that pet is in connection and spiritual form connection with this other beloved human or pet as well. And it is just a beautiful thing when that does happen. It's usually unexpected. They pop up and I'm like, okay, so and so is here, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's this person, it's that pet. So it's usually quite exciting and really just beautiful to know that, oh yeah, they're with my pet. Everybody's okay, you know? And from there we can also talk to them about, what's your purpose in the afterlife? Are you learning right now? Are you just relaxing? Are you teaching others? Are you healing others? Are you working on projects? All of these things can come up. So interesting. And then from there we can also ask, are you planning to come back into another life with your pet parent? Or are you planning another future life? And what's that going to look like? And what's the purpose of it? Um, Sometimes we find that they are already in another life. And so we get to talk to them about, what are you doing now? What's that life like? What's the purpose of it? And speaking of multiple lives, we can go backwards as well and ask them about past lives together and purposes within those as well. So honestly, the questions are limitless. You can ask any question that you have on your mind um, within animal communication. And living animals um, are quite open, but they can be a little bit more selective about what they share and what they say, because of all the physical aspects that come into what they're experiencing at that time, such as anxiety, emotional distresses, physical ailments, stuff like that. But with a pet who has transitioned, they are fully at peace. They have an even greater level of understanding of what's going on, that bigger picture. So they are really, really quite open with how they express themselves. It's truly a beautiful thing to experience with your pet. And from my experience, it seems like a lot of people experience peace and some more closure and some more healing and those types of sensations when they get to connect with their pet in that way. So I can't say it enough. It is a beautiful experience. Beautiful. And so I encourage anybody who has not experienced an animal communication session with their transitioned pet, reach out to me. We can schedule one in, and see what your pet has to say and get your questions answered. Connect you guys. Okay. Please, if you have not already done it, hit subscribe. We will be going into more and more topics on animal communication, energy therapy, and pets in general over the coming months. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you later.